Have you ever seen a $100 bill, a $500 bill, a $1,000 bill, a $5,000 bill, a $10,000 bill? Huh? Did ya? Oh, they won't answer me.
Well, you'd be surprised, Joanne, because we're going to take a look at all of that paper money. Who's on the $1 bill?
Abraham Lincoln. Washington.
Art Linkletter.
Well, as you know, on the $1 bill is the first president of the United States, George Washington. On the reverse side is the Great Seal of the United States. The pyramid has the Eye of Providence over it, and the Latin words Annuit Ceptes mean he has favored our undertaking. Novus Ordo Seclorum means a new order of the ages. The eagle, our national symbol, holds a ribbon in his beak with the words E Pluribus Unum, which means from many one, symbolizing the one nation formed from the 13 colonies. The eagle also holds 13 arrows. There are 13 stripes on his shield and 13 stars over his head. In his right talon, he holds an olive branch, the symbol of peace. Okay, now who's on the $2 bill?
Washington. Robert Roosevelt.
There's a large picture of Barbara Streisand.
Well, let's take a look at a $2 bill. No longer printed and mostly out of circulation now. Thomas Jefferson, the third president, is pictured on one side, and on the other is his home, Monticello. Now, if you look really closely at the engraving of the building, you can see an open window. Look at that. Some form of early air conditioning, I guess. All right, who's on the $5 bill?
On the $5 bill? Merv Griffin.
Well, of course, you know that on the $5 bill is the 16th president, Abraham Lincoln. On the back is the Lincoln Memorial. And if you look really closely, you can see the statue of Lincoln through the pillars. You can even make out the state names around the top of the building. Look at this. Massachusetts, Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, and it looks like they made a mistake here. It just says Hampshire, not New Hampshire. All right? Who's on the $10 bill?
Both my parents.
Well, not quite, Woody. Actually, on the $10 bill is Alexander Hamilton, the first Secretary of the Treasury under George Washington. On the back is an engraving of the Treasury building. And there's lots of little things to see here if you really look closely. There's some pedestrians, a man with a briefcase, and in that car are two people. And, of course, the flag flies on top of the building. Who do you suppose is on the 20?
Lincoln, I think. I'm not sure.
There is no picture of a president on the 20. The Mormon Tabernacle Choir have a group photograph on the $20 bill.
In fact, on the 20 is Andrew Jackson, the 7th president. And on the back is the White House. Okay, who's on the $50 bill?
Mays.
Well, actually, on the $50 bill is a picture of Ulysses S. Grant, the 18th president. On the reverse is a very interesting engraving of the Capitol building in Washington. Now, take a close look at all this detail here. The skyline, the Washington Monument in the background, and even teeny little people. And two teeny little cars. Almost look like they're going to crash, don't they? Who do you suppose is on the $100 bill?
Would you recognize his name if I gave it to you? Herman Stuffer.
Wrong.
Wrong? Can I have another guess?
Nope, because here he is, Benjamin Franklin. Never a president, but he was a great American statesman, inventor, writer, scientist, and the first postmaster general. Independence Hall in Philadelphia is on the other side. Now, if you take a really close look at Independence Hall, you'll see the clock set for, well, it's either 2:20 or 4:10. Take your pick. What about the $500 bill? Who do you suppose is on that?
What's his name? Aaron Burr.
Well, on the 500 is William McKinley, the 25th president. Now, there isn't a whole lot to see on this bill or the rest of the paper money. Just lots of mighty big numbers. Incidentally, there haven't been any bills larger than the $100 bill printed since 1945. What about the $1,000 bill? Who's on that?
The $1,000 bill? there's a picture of President Nixon on the $1,000 bill, and also little insets of Bob Hope and Lassie.
The $1,000 bill. Well, you look at that. It has a picture of Grover Cleveland, the 24th president. Now, who do you suppose is on the $5,000 bill?
Wilt Chamberlain.
The $5,000 bill. Oh, my goodness. This has an engraving of James Madison, the 5th United States president.
Have you ever seen a $10,000 bill? I haven't.
Well, here's one, Joanne. The $10,000 bill. This has an engraving of Mr. Salmon P. Chase. Now, you're probably saying, who? Well, Salmon P. Chase was Lincoln's first Secretary of the Treasury, a Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and one of the great defenders of escaping slaves. Now, isn't it interesting that of all the big money that we've shown you today, this is the only bill that shows any signs of wear?